Hey guys, welcome back. We finally got a nice afternoon here, evening. The wind was blowing so hard this morning that there's no way I could have been out here, but it was almost like God just turned the switch off, and now it's absolutely beautiful out here. So I thought I'd pull the wagon over here and show you how I've been polishing on it. Got the white walls all cleaned up and everything. It's not nice enough to do anything outside, so that was in the shop, so I've been doing that. And then last Sunday, this 74 LTD showed up on Marketplace, and I've always wanted another brown 74 LTD. I had two of them in this color. We'll just look at the wagon real quick and see how it's shining. See how that metal flake's really popping now? I've rubbed and rubbed and rubbed on this thing, and it's really come out looking good. The wood looks awesome. I haven't started adding any options yet. You guys will be the first one to know when that happens. Got some stuff laying back there. I'm going to take these panels out and have them dyed at the same time I have the seats dyed. He hasn't called me yet to get that done. So did some vacuuming and wiping down in here, and it's way cleaner than it was when I brought it home. So the wagon's coming, coming along. So anyway, this 74 LTD shows up on Marketplace. Of course, it said it had been listed for 7 hours, and it was listed 1974 Ford Crown Victoria. And it was real late last Sunday evening, and I messaged this guy and told him I was really interested in it. It's got 69,000 miles on it. So the next morning when I got up, I had a message back from him with his phone number, and we didn't talk very long. And he said, well, I'll just mark it pending. Because I told him, I said, I need more pictures, and I got to figure out a way how to get it home and all that stuff. So, I mean, he was real accommodating. He just said, well, I'll just mark it pending. He said, everybody else is just immediately calling, trying to talk me down. And I thought it was a pretty fair price anyway. So the pictures weren't very good. Here, I will put a picture up here and show you. I'll put these pictures up, actually, and show you what they looked like when it was first listed. And then I'll show some pictures of what it looked like after they somewhat rinsed it off. So anyway, I had two of these when I was young. I would rather it had a tan top on it. One of my had a tan top, and I absolutely hate those Landau bars on there. So does Adam, and so does most other people. But that was part of something called a Landau value package. And we'll go over the Marty Report and look at that. The car has absolutely no rust, bubbles, or anything anywhere. It's got new dual exhaust. It was almost $500 for that. I don't like how they're sticking out underneath the bumper, so I'm going to have to get new tailpipes on, and I want them tucked back up underneath there where you can't see them. It's not that loud either. But anyway, the receipt was in the glove box, along with a couple other cool things that we'll look at. So you guys are going to attack me, I know, right off the bat about these CRAERS wheels. And I got to say, I don't hate them. I absolutely don't hate them. What I do hate is black wall tires. I can't stand that. It needs at least white walls, if not white letters. But tires and wheels right now are the absolute least of my concerns with this car. Okay, so remember, we do have these brand new tires on this Lincoln that we drug home from Tracy's house. So you guys can put in the comments and let me know what you think those CRAERS would look like with white walls for the time being. Yeah, I could put these on it, but no. These wheels, but not yet. But yeah, we got some brand new white wall tires. Let me know what you think about that. Because it's so filthy. I've never in my life bought a car that was this dirty. They lived on rock roads up in Nebraska, and you could tell that they just went 100 freaking mile an hour down that road. The paint it's got a lot of scratches here and there, which I'm not getting my shadow in it. Like a cat or something has been jumping, or a dog or something's been jumping up on it. I don't understand it, but I've rubbed some of them out and they come right out. So I know if I put a buffer on it, the paint's going to come out great, except down here, look at that, where the rocks have just knocked the paint off here. But I think a good painter can go at this body line and paint it from that line down. And believe it or not, I've got new old stock rocker moldings. Not rocker moldings, wheel lip moldings, because they're just completely sandblasted with the rock. And even back there at the bumper, that's going to have to be touched up. But I can get rockers because they're the same from 73 all the way through 78, I believe. I'm not worried about that. The wheel lips were a little tough to find, but I found all of them except this right front one, but it's actually not that bad. I'm not that concerned about it. The other three are in pretty dang bad shape, and I wanted to get those, and I did find them. The top is like brand new, and it's this special kind of grain. I have to say what it is on the Marty Report. I forgot. Oh, dense or something like that. But I hate these freaking bars. I hate them so bad. And I've got these. Oh, of course I had to put striker bolts on it. These doors were so dry, you couldn't even hardly open them. Like, I mean, you really had to tug, even with the bushings gone. So I absolutely doused the crap out of this latch with brake cleaner on both sides and let it dry really good. Just left the doors open, let the brake cleaner just evaporate. And then I put a bunch of lube in there and put new door strikers on it. So now the doors open and close like brand new. But before that, it's like, God, like these people can't. Striker bolts, we've talked about it. I can't believe that when people hear that click and they have to slam the door like that, they have to know that something's not right. I knew that when I was 16 years old, and I didn't have to have somebody tell me. It's like, it's just look at the other side. When you hear something going on one side, look at the other side. And you realize that bushing's gone. Just change them. $14.50 is what they are at AutoZone. So anyway, sorry about that rant. This car is the most loaded base LTD I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a base LTD with power windows. I haven't hardly seen any 73, 74 LTD Bromes with power windows. Let alone, this thing's got tilt wheel and cruise control and a power bench seat. And this cloth in the seat was part of that Landau value package you will see on the window sticker and the Marty Report. The seat, I've got these new old stock, and a regular LTD had those there, and I would much rather have that. If there's any possible way to get that off there and have some vinyl repair guy patch these holes and cover that and fix it and maybe even dye that hoe top tan, I can't live with these. I simply cannot leave. They look like a hearse. There's no way I'm leaving those on there. It may be late summer before I get around to it, but doesn't that look so much better? That's where all those went. And I've got new old stock ones, so why not use them? Okay, we'll get in here. Look at this. It looks like the carpet is just destroyed, but watch this. That is freaking dust. I haven't vacuumed it out. I wanted you guys to see this before I do any detailing on it so you can see what it looks like when I get done. Look at this. These little drain gutters right here. That's just nothing but it's just piled up with dust. I don't think they ever shut the doors all the way when they were going down the rock roads, to be quite honest, because there was nothing sealing it up. There's dust everywhere. We're going to add power door locks to this car because it's going to be really easy, and I've got the stuff to do it, so why not? Well, I haven't found the actuators yet. I haven't really looked, but they go at this hole right here And believe it or not, they put the sticker over this hole right here where you have to drill to put the actuators. The other side doesn't have a sticker on it, but I'll just have to slice that with a razor knife to drill that out and put the screw in it, and then just fold it back over and maybe stick it down with something. I don't know why they put that sticker over the door lock hole. But anyway, when I take this apart, everything is so dry and filthy. I mean, look at the dust falling out of the armrest when you shut the door. When I first got this and you shut the door, it looked like pig pen on Charlie Brown, like clouds of dust. And when you shut the trunk's full of dust too. I mean, it's just, look at these AC vents. Look at the dust. I turned on the air conditioner and it somewhat gets cool. But, I mean, my God, I've never seen a car this dirty. Even when I was detailing cars, I've never seen a car with this much dust. It's like they set it out in the field and that's where it's at. The chrome trim is off of the brake pedal, but I found it under the seat right here. I haven't put it back on. Shouldn't be much to that. It's all there. I really like these floor mats. I thought they were Ford, but I don't know. Maybe they're not. I specifically asked them if the armrest had any cracks, and they said no. And he did a video call for me. He just going over it so fast like that, and I didn't see it. So when we take this off, because the windows got to be greased too, so we're just going to grease the windows when we put the door locks in and everything else. And I'm just going to take the armrests off. I'm going to completely hose these doors out with water and just let them drain and just leave them open and just let them sit out here and dry, and then re-grease everything. That's the only way I know to get rid of all this dust. The paint's going to come out great. I know it is. It's going to shine good. The two rear quarter windows got to have torque pins put in the motors. The motors just run. The windows don't move. You've seen us do that on Adam's cars. We still have to do that on my Black Mercury on this side. So that needs done on both quarter windows. I should be busy all summer showing you guys videos on the Wagon and this car. See that LTD emblem? It's just so cracked up and hazed. Probably got hit with 10,000 rocks from meeting cars. Here, listen to this door too. Just shuts like brand new. And even the hinges, the doors aren't sagging at all. Here, let's look at this. I just happen to have a new old stock 1974 only hood ornament. See, it was the only year that they were silver in the middle, and then they went to black in 75 through 8. And then the Landau even had a different one, kind of stood up taller. 75 and 6, I think. But yeah, the top actually looks brand new. There's no rips, there's no tears, there's no bubbles, no nothing. It's just that we got to get these taken off. And I wish it was tan. Here's this door panel. Look at that, just covered in white rock dust. And there's a little bitty tiny crack right here too. So when we grease the windows, let me show you what they're doing. And here's another thing. I've never had a Ford that this won't turn back on accessory, so I have to look into that. But it'll go forward. Watch this window. See how it jumps? So it just needs greased. That's all there is to it. I was doing that back in the 80s in these cars, but like I said, I'm going to take the door panels off. I'm going to completely hose all the dust out of these doors, let them dry real good, and then re-grease everything. Tilt wheel, cruise control, I think I mentioned that. The power bench seat, it's good. Works in all directions. This does not have the automatic seat back releases. There's the back seat. I haven't even grabbed that dog yet to see if I can get it out of there. I hope it's not bolted down to something, because he don't need to stay in there. If anybody wants that dog, let me know. And then I hate this thing. This is a dealer add-on rear window defrost that you turn. It's got high and low with a blower back here. I just wish so bad they would have checked the box for the electric de-ice. I mean, if I could just build a time machine and go back in time and slap these people that put this stuff on here and didn't get rear window defrost. So, I specifically asked her if anyone had smoked in the car, and she said, oh no. She said, I'm a smoker, but my husband would never let me smoke in the car. He'd always say I could just wait till we get where we were going. Well, there is a cigarette burn right there. The only one I see in the whole car. But look at that. Look at that back seat. Nothing but dust. Ain't that crazy to let a car go that long without vacuuming it? The price was right. Don't get me wrong, the price was right. I don't feel ripped off. I know what I can do to it, but it's going to take a lot of time. I specifically asked if there was any signs of mice in the car, because you guys seen the pictures, what it looked like. She said, oh no, there better not be any mice. Well, I got it home and look at that, there's this mouse poop piled all over the air cleaner. But it doesn't smell like mice. The insulation is not chewed up. There's no signs of mice inside the car, so we got lucky there. Let me get my glasses on. Now, one reason, okay, let's talk about these CRAERS. I know that I'm going to get attacked by you guys. I said that, but it's a 1974. I had two of these when I was a teenager in the early 80s. If I could afford to put a set of wheels like this on one of these, don't think I wouldn't have done it. You guys know me, I'm an original stickler most of the time, but my least concern right now is finding some sort of wheels and tires for this car. I'm worried about getting it cleaned up and fixing the little things that need fixed, and I want those bars gone. The dealer emblem is missing, and she told me that it was in the glove box. It is not. I called her, she told me to look in the trunk. It's not in there, it's not under the seat, I don't see it. But guess what? I got the Marty Report. I saw where it was from. I got on eBay, and sure enough, there was multiple dealer emblems like this. It came from Lincoln, Nebraska. McGinnis, I believe it was called. Oh, and the rim blow wheel works all the way around. Okay, so not right there. But the rest of it all the way around. So that's cool. I took the keys out. I was going to pop the trunk. I did have them send me pictures of the quarter panels, because having these cars, especially in the Midwest, I know where the rust is, and there's absolutely no rust anywhere in the quarters. And I had one of them that I had, the trunk lid was just full of holes here. And I hope you guys can see this. It still has all the original seam sealer. I know it's kind of dark in here. I think I got a flashlight in my pocket. Look at that, all the original seam sealer is going around that lip, and there's not a rust bubble anywhere in this trunk. So it's just freaking filthy. It was never cleaned. And the carpeted trunk, it has this carpet like a Lincoln. That was part of that Landau value package. But again, it's just the trunk is full of dust. It's almost like it's not been vacuumed since 1974. She did wipe the dash off. She told me that. There's no pitting in any of these taillight bezels or any of this stuff. It all looks brand new. Oh, hold on a second. I got some company. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to talk to my neighbor for a little bit. Not sure where we are. I know we were in the trunk. So anyway, yeah, this is all carpeted. This was part of that Landau value package. They told me, I haven't looked at this, that it's the original spare. It's never been on the ground. I don't know. I mean, it does look like a real, it's had a wheel cover on it. You can see the scratches. So it's kind of like it's never been smoked in, and no sign of mice, I guess. Again, I don't feel ripped off. It just, the car was well worth what I paid for it. And I can see through all this dirt. I know what I can do to it. I know that a buffer's going to get most of these scratches out, and it can be painted. Those rock chips can be corrected. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but this, yeah, you can. Look, just look how that's just completely sandblasted from, I mean, listen, with my fingernail on it, the wheel lip moldings and the rockers up there, compared to how smooth it is up here. It's just, they must have been going 100 mile an hour down that rock road, but that's a pretty good rock chip. That's probably the worst one that, you know, is up above this body line. And again, here's this carpet that looks like it's just completely wore out, and then you do this and it's just, it's dust. It's got to be vacuumed. Again, here, more dust. Let's again, yeah, see how the dust is just falling out of this armrest. I have to take the armrest off of the door panels and just clean them too, but we're going to have to fix it anyway. I was going to start it up and let you hear it. It does run really good. That buzzer, I'm probably going to have to lose that thing. Runs great, it really does. It's got plenty of pep. I was looking online last night, and there is a base LTD pictured with power windows without locks, just like this in there. It's of that door panel over there. That's the first time I've ever seen one in person. Not bad. That's just dust. It's completely caked to that AC compressor too. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about these CRAERS. Like I said, I know you guys, you hate them. I want to take a SOS pad to them and clean them up and polish them and just leave them alone until I can get some other things taken care of. Let me show you something so cool. This car's a 1974. We know that. Look what was in the glove box. Instructions for mounting and care of your CRAERS wheels. How awesome is that? And look at this. I didn't even know that they made headers. Look at that. This book's like brand new. Look at that old Dodge van. There's a Ford truck and a Chevy Blazer. Look at that. Shows the special lug wrench. And look at this. Copyright 1974. Ain't that crazy to have that? I mean, that it just tells you these wheels have probably been on this car almost since it was new. Also, this was in the glove, or yeah, the glove box. Most of the window sticker, there's got to be a second page because there's no transportation charges listed and there's no total. It's got to be on a second page. It's not with it. But it looks like all the options that I this This ginger glow paint was a $45 extra cost option. Base was $43.18. So this total, okay, go back up here. Landau value package, okay, is that Odense, I believe. Odense grain brown vinyl roof, which I can tell you that that is a different grain than the ones that I had. It looks really nice. I just wish it was tan. Deluxe wheel covers, they're gone. They said that they didn't have the original wheels or the wheel covers. They were gone. She said her husband sold them and he died. So, you know, if I wanted to, I could take the deluxe wheel covers off the wagon and put on here. Westminster cloth trim, you know, that's this seating, which I've seen a few online. This is the first one I've ever been in. Accent stripes, which honestly, I've never seen a 73 or 74 LTD without the body side stripes, but they're part of this package. Body side molding, I don't know if I've ever seen a 73 or 4 LTD without the body side molding, but it was included in this. Here's these god-awful Landau C-pillar bars. Color-keyed seat belts. You know, normally they would just be black, but they are brown to match the interior. Front cornering lamps. Both my cars had that option, but they were included in this package. I personally would not want an LTD without cornering lamps. And luggage compartment trim. That's that carpeting. So that total package was $210. The Landau value package. That's what you got with it right there. Why couldn't they have left those bars off and gave you like some Landau really thick cut pile carpeting? Again, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and tell them, no, you don't put those on there. Let's do something else. So the 400 was $54. I had to tape this up. It was ripped. But anyway, here's your white sidewall tires, $33. Convenience group, $77. Now that consisted of power trunk release. Let's see. Yep, power trunk release. You got the passenger mirror on the visor. You got intermittent wipers. And you got an automatic parking brake release. And you got that ashtray over there in the door. That was $77 for all those pieces. Fingertip speed control. It's not holding speed. It loses speed. I got to look into that. Who knows? It could be a vacuum leak or something. It does set and coast and do everything. All the buttons work. It's just that it will not maintain the speed that you set it on. Tilt steering wheel. Okay, the speed control was $103. Tilt steering wheel was $46. The 6-way power seat was $106. Deluxe bumper group. That's got, you know, the black strips that run around it. Neither one of mine had that. It's definitely a nice touch. I think that they look naked without them. I'm very glad that the Wagon has them too. Those things were $44. Air conditioning, look at that, $434. AM/FM stereo, radio, $243. Tinted glass complete, $58. And power side windows, $134. So we're looking at 58. I think it's $5,800 and some dollars for this car, which is 30-some thousand in today's money. Okay, here's the Marty Report. It was built at Twin Cities, just like the Wagon. Of course, we know it's a two-door LTD. We know it's got the 400. It was built in June of '74. They're calling this saddle cloth / vinyl bench seat. Oh, the ginger glow paint, 5J. C6, 2.75 conventional rear axle. It was ordered through the Omaha ordering district. It was ordered as stock. That really surprises me that it wasn't a customer ordered car or a dealer demonstrator or something with this many options. But it was ordered to just sit out there on the lot and be sold with quite a few options for a base model. And I Googled this, McGinnis Ford. It's still It's still there with a current phone number and this exact same address. Believe that? I mean, as much as Ford dealerships change hands, if you Google that, it comes up right there on 6400 Q Street in Lincoln, Nebraska. And like I said, I did find the dealer tag for the trunk. I'm going to stick it back on as soon as it gets here. So here's our options, our accent stripe, which I'm surprised that stuff like that's listed in here since it was included in that Landau value package. But anyway, we got those. And there it talks about that, I guess you say, Odent's vinyl roof. And there's the Landau value package, which we went through on here that tells us what all that came there. But then that stuff's listed separately. The convenience group, that's what we talked about, the delayed wipers and stuff. Cornering lights, which those were a standalone option too, but they came with the Landau value package. Speed control, tilt steering wheel, power seat, bumper protection. I mean, we're basically just going over the same thing that we did with the window sticker. It was built June 29th, 1974. Here's what blows mine and everybody else's mind about this car. Is as bad as we hate those Landau bars on the roof. For the two-door hardtop, 14,554 of these were ordered with that Landau value package. And that's just the two doors. I bet a lot more four doors, I would say, had it than the two doors. So that's kind of mind-blowing. It's got the original owner's manual in really good shape. I'm really happy with the purchase. Not disappointed at all. So there it is, something else for us to work on this summer. I wish every day was like this evening. It's beautiful out here. I just always really liked the 74 and it showed up. I wasn't planning on buying one. Like I said, it was last Sunday I seen it, and just this Sunday, 2 days ago, it was delivered. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll let you know when I get the wheel-lip moldings and I decide what we're going to do about the paint repairs. I'm definitely going to be detailing it and getting all that stuff cleaned up. We got to fix the rear windows. I want to add power door locks. Got to grease the front windows. It's going to take a lot. So I don't know if you guys want to sit through all that or not, but I may show you some of it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Much appreciated.